I'm not at the crime scene in White Swan this morning because police say it's still unsafe. One man is on the loose for his involvement in a shooting that left 5 people dead. This fire growing and moving very quickly. It's threatening homes, it's threatening buildings, crops, livestock, and many have already had to evacuate. There are these masks available for them to wear in these conditions, but they say wearing a mask like this outside and working makes it even harder to breathe. Food, water, and something to keep you warm. The Office of Emergency Management wants people to stay inside if we do end up getting any bad winter weather. West Valley Community Park, where it is flooded. Take a look. The road is closed, the park completely underwater. When he came to open his store on Monday morning, someone was inside. He told police that he warned the intruder to get out, but when he didn't listen, he fired shots. The city says it is your responsibility to clean snow off sidewalks in front of your home or business, and if you don't, it will cost you. As of Monday morning, students at Granger High School are no longer allowed to bring backpacks into the school. Then it traveled farther down North First Street, but now you see much of the drug activity taking place behind closed doors. If you're in charge of cooking Thanksgiving dinner, one way to avoid a fire is to never leave the stove unattended. If you do have to leave, make sure you turn all of the burners off. One deputy is dead and an officer wounded after what police say started as a road rage incident led to a gun battle with bullets flying everywhere, hitting houses and this car.
Well, you see it happen on the news all the time. It just doesn't, one of those things you don't want to happen here. We believe we live in a safe community and people feel comfortable here. They support law enforcement. It's just very unusual for it to happen.
Kittitas County Sheriff Gene Dana says they lost one of their own last night, Deputy Ryan Thompson. The sheriff's office says they responded to a case of road rage near the Badger Pocket area just before 8 on Tuesday night. When deputies tried to pull over the driver, a pursuit started through town. Ellensburg Police Chief Ken Wade says a suspect stopped the chase at the end of 6th Avenue and shot at police.
At 1945, the officers advised that the pursuit had terminated, and less than 3 minutes later, we were advised, or dispatch was advised of shots being fired.
Deputy Thompson was fatally shot. Another officer on the scene, Officer Benito Chavez, was shot in the leg and flown to Harborview. He had surgery for his injuries and is recovering. The gunman, 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro, was also shot and later died at the hospital. Sheriff Dana says it is going to take a while for officers and the community to heal from this tragedy.
Our community has a very heavy heart today, and last night we lost one of our finest.
Deputy Thompson was 42 years old and in law enforcement for over 15 years.
Deputy Thompson leaves behind a wife and 3 children. This is a very close-knit community. Officers and locals say this will be tough to get through, but they are leaning on each other.
Fire crews putting out flames of a brush fire that sparked off Donald Wapato Road Monday morning. Firefighters say this is nothing new, and they are constantly battling fires in the area.
It's a field that we have constant problems with arson fires. And along this stretch of Donald Road between the city limits of Wapato and the Yakima River, this is probably our 14th or 15th fire in the last 3 weeks.
Yakima County Fire District 5 Deputy Chief Joel Byam says they don't know what sparked the fire, but says this is a problem area. So they are taking matters into their own hands and letting it burn.
And really what it does, it cleans it up. We don't have to be here as it gets hotter, as it gets closer to the 4th of July. So it's really, for us, it's a preventative measure.
Byam says they are burning about 15 acres of land, and it is a controlled burn. They called in dozers to fight the fire and a helicopter to monitor the flames. He says it's safer for firefighters and the community because fire crews are in control. The goal is to burn the whole field so they won't have to respond to another fire here again.
So really today is all about getting this fire burned, getting this thing cleaned up, getting our personnel home, our volunteers, get them rested and really ready for the next one. Because it's not about if there will be a next one, it's when there will be a next one.
Byam says his team has been busy this season fighting fires across Yakima County. He wants to remind people to be responsible this fire season so unnecessary fires don't spark.
Orozco works for us. Yeah. You know, we pay we pay taxes, and we're not satisfied with his job, so we want him to go.
A group of 40 community members are telling Wapato City Council they want City Administrator Juan Orozco and Mayor Dora Alvarez Roa out of office.
Wapato community members presented City Council with this list of over a dozen demands, telling council members what they expect and how the community plans to fight back if they don't take action.
The community says creating Orozco's city administrator position back in September was illegal and that the city could have other things to hide.
If we don't fix the damage now, our kids, the younger generations, they're the ones that are going to have to suffer for it.
Wapato Councilman Keith Workman says the community is coming to him for answers.
They're very concerned about corruption. They're very concerned about the budget, the monies that are being spent, the accountability. There's been no accountability. No money is being accounted for. Even we as a council who are in charge of the legislative branch are not being informed.
He says he wants to represent the community of Wapato, but he doesn't feel like most of the council members are on his side.
I would like to address the other council members and tell them it's time to stand up and do the right thing. It's not too late.
Orozco says he feels attacked and says the people against him don't represent all of Wapato. He even claims some of those complaining don't even live in the city. He says it's disheartening, but the city will continue to make progress in town. When the community brought their concerns to council, they had no discussion and ended the meeting immediately.